Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Activity Call Live. Now let's hear it for our special guest host, Clay Mertes and Tia Land.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Activity Call with Tia Land. My name is Clay Mertes. I'm the Director of Sales at the Alliance Corporate Office. We thought it'd be a good idea to do this activity call in the, what do you call this, the rotundra?
Yeah,
something like
the
that?
front lobby.
Atrium.
Atrium.
We got an atrium. We got a beautiful atrium. We never really get to do calls in here, which is crazy. So we thought, just like, what a good idea to do a call in the atrium of the Alliance headquarters. Now, you may notice that there might be some lights out in the background, and that's intentional, of course.
It's all a part of the setup.
Yeah, it may sound a little bit hollow or like there's not a lot of noise canceling going on. Also intentional.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Tia, when life gives you adversity or struggles, it's really important to deal with the punches as you get them. So if you've not caught on, we have a hurricane hitting us right now in Burlington, North Carolina. Luckily, it's only affected the lights. So if any of you are like panicking right now, going like, "Oh my God, did we get paid today? Oh my God, is the ARC working? Oh my God, can I view my leads?" The answer is yes. You can view all of that. We just got a little light situation. They might even come on during the middle of this call. But like I mentioned, when you get some adversity, you got to deal with it, and that's what we're doing right here. So thanks for jumping onto the call, and I'm excited to interview Tia today because really we're going to talk about the opportunity that presents itself in a couple of weeks at the National Bootcamp, and she's going to kind of give us an in-depth look into what that event is going to be like, what you can expect, how to promote it, so that way you can get your mind right, get other people there, and get excited about what we got coming. Now, obviously, I mentioned my name is Clay. Now, if you don't know Tia, you should know her because she's been with the Alliance for quite a few years. Or if you're a new agent, Tia Land has a massive impact on everything we do here at the corporate office. So she is what's called our Director of Marketing, but she's got a hand in a lot of different avenues here at the Alliance, including our events. So she manages our event team, which consists of Jennifer, Daniel, and a few other folks. And what their job is to do is to put on these events. And if you've not been to one of our events, you don't know how first class of a job they do. It's truly incredible, the events that we put on here at the corporate office and through the Alliance with all of our speakers, with Andy Albright, Marcusetta, and all the other folks at the Alliance. But really, Tia and Jennifer, they're behind the scenes making it happen. And Tia, I think it's safe to say you know a thing or two about adversity.
I know a thing or two about adversity. This morning was a first-hand reminder of what I deal with all the time. Something happens and my job is to pivot and then figure out how you guys don't know that we even had to pivot. This was the plan all along. And I was sitting down in the studio, the actual studio, and I'm looking at my notes and everything just goes black. And I was like, my job is to not panic. My job is to figure out how do we move forward and how do we fix it and how do we still put on a good show or a good event. Here we are.
And that's what makes you good at your job, and that's why we're grateful to have you, because when something happens, either you don't know, or we just get through it and make it happen. And that's the powerful thing about our team is that they have that ability. So Tia, with that being said, I want to kind of give everybody like an idea of what's to expect about National Bootcamp. And maybe there's some people on here that are like, holy crap, we're having a National Bootcamp. So first, could you kind of set up like, hey, what is National Bootcamp? When's it happening? Where's it happening? That sort of thing.
Yeah, so we do 4 national events per year, and the goal is to have 4 very different events per year so that you're hitting different categories of your business and your life, and you're learning in different ways, but still, you know, those next 90 days after an event, are you able to hit the ground running and really improve in your business? So we came up with a whole new event for this fall, and it is called National Bootcamp. Exactly, thank you for being prepared. So, not all of us, or the majority of our business, we've not been in the military, but I can't take you seriously.
Let's say not.
Okay. The majority of us know somebody who's been in the military, so you understand that they go through basic training. You get shipped off 6 weeks, you're away from your family. Some of them have never been away from their family before. You're away from your family, and you get put through mental toughness, physical, emotional, spiritual, 6 weeks of just pedal to the metal. We are going to change your life and teach you in kind of this like broken down way, right? Good news, at boot camp, I'm not gonna make you drop and give me 50, unless, I don't know. We can think about that. If you do something wrong, I might, start making somebody do some push-ups, but that's not the plan. The plan is for you to come to this event and really get down in the weeds. I want you to do breakouts and workshops that are more in the weeds and in depth. So a lot of times we do this high-level training to try to get the big picture across. This is how many different people can you go see in order to improve your business.
Beautiful.
I want to show you something. Steven, can you roll something in for me? So you may not know what you need to be focusing on during the event. You might say, well, should I go to this event or should I go to this breakout? I'm gonna make it easy for you. So Stephen Handy, he is our graphic and web designer. He does so much for us. He came up with this morning, and we're gonna implement this, and when you arrive at National Bootcamp, it's getting kind of crazy out there. He's gonna hand you this piece of paper, and you are going to rate yourself. So if you are a 10 at recruiting, you're gonna say I'm a 10. But maybe your sales, maybe you're not doing that good in sales, and you need to improve. So you're like a 2 in sales. Building, you're probably like a 9. And mindset, you're like a 2 still, okay? And we're gonna have you draw it out like this. You have a flat tire. This is the flat tire of your business. You don't need to work on recruiting and you don't need to work on building as much as you need to work on mindset and sales. So now, this is the other thing you're gonna get. This is a book. When you arrive, you're gonna get handed this book, and it's gonna tell you who the speakers are, what breakouts we're having, what night owls we're having, what extracurricular things we're having, and you're gonna say, okay, so-and-so is doing a breakout and it's more sales related, that's the one that you need to be going to. So this will rate you so that you can choose. It's like a build your own event.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So if I were deficient in a certain activity, or I could get stronger in a certain activity, I can pick what it's going to look like. Well, okay, that's very helpful to understand. So I guess maybe give everybody like a high level of how this is going to be different from some of our other events based on maybe the agenda.
Yeah, absolutely. The first thing that's different is most of the time we are all in the same room and all of us are consuming the same subject that's on stage. This is really different. There's going to be moments where everybody's in the main room and you're hearing from Andy Albright, Jane Albright, Mark Cassetta, and then we're going to split. So this will be the fun part. Someone's going to blow a whistle, and when the whistle is blown, you split and you go to these different breakouts. So there's going to be 4 breakouts happening at one time. You get to choose, do I want to go to that one, or that one? So you'll get the information ahead of time so that you can plan out your event, and then you're going to go to that room for 45 minutes. So it's not like you're going to get a 15-minute conversation with and learn from somebody. You're getting 45 minutes in the weeds on dialing, recruiting, whatever it is. And then the whistle's going to blow again. You're going to move to the next breakout room. So in all, there's like 40 speakers, a lot of main stage stuff happening, and some breakout stuff happening.
I've got a really important personal question. Do I get a whistle?
I mean, I think you qualify to have one. Yeah.
Nice. I think I'm going to take the helmet off. I'm feeling like one of Mark's characters, except I think that character rides the short bus. So, it's me. I'm the short bus. Easy, guys. All right, so this event's in Orlando.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about like the convenience of the location and like why we are fired up about the location of this event?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is the same location as we did Breakthrough last year. It is in the Orlando airport. I love the convenience of it. You fly into Orlando, you get off the airplane, and you walk right over to where you're going to be for the whole entire weekend. So you don't have to get we're saving money. You don't have to buy an Uber, rent a car, et cetera, et cetera. You're right there. You can go check into your hotel, and then literally 30 feet over, you're going to be registering and checking in for your event. So I love that part of it. Even when it comes down to meals, by the time you are getting your group together, you're getting 10 people, and you're saying, okay, meet me over at blah, blah, blah down the street. you're gonna be late coming back in other locations that we do, right? Because you gotta go down the street, you gotta get in cars, you gotta go. Here, you don't have to. You walk right downstairs, food court, Cinnabon, Chick-fil-A. I don't wanna go down there, but I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna go down there. All the good stuff, tons of variety of different restaurants. You've got like 30 different restaurants right there to choose from. You guys can just alliance take over the airport cafeteria and go down there. They got Starbucks and stuff too, so.
Yeah, and that restaurant in the hotel is pretty solid too.
It is a great restaurant.
Yeah, boys or whatever it's called, like that place. When should I get there? Like what time should people plan to arrive if they've not got their tickets yet?
Yeah, so like you and I, we are coming from North Carolina, we're on the East Coast. We can just pop down Friday morning, and be there on time. So the event starts at 5 p.m. on Friday, so you and I will just fly down Friday morning. Now, if you're coming from the West Coast, fly in on Thursday, stay that additional night. And then on the flip side, when you're leaving on Sunday, we will go to about 2 o'clock on Sunday, so if you can get a flight home, get you one home, but otherwise ride out Monday morning.
Yeah, and I would say that'd be a good thing to ask your manager too, because some managers may have events set up Thursday night or early Friday. So I would check with my manager before I got a ticket and say, hey, are we doing anything before or after the event?
Yeah.
Team building wise, so that way you can be with your team and get the most out of the event. So event starts on Friday, ends on Sunday. Could I reasonably fly out Sunday night, or should I shoot and fly out Monday?
If you look at flights and there's a flight at 2:30, no. That's your only option, is to leave at 2:30 on Sunday? No, because you're gonna have to leave the event early. And I am telling you, the people who stay 100% all the way through the event are getting what they're supposed to get out of it. You don't wanna miss the last 2 conversations of the day. You have to stay, so.
Beautiful, beautiful. Clear line on that. I get this question a lot, just people asking me, and sometimes I know stuff, sometimes I don't know stuff. Is there still space at the host hotel?
As of this morning, it looked like there is still some space, so.
As of this morning.
As of this morning.
That may change, especially after this call. People might get a little frisky and get themselves a hotel. So if you're on the border and you don't want to have to commute, if you heard that convenience Tia was talking about, where she's like, daggum, you can just roll out of bed and walk down, well, you should shower, to the convention space, you want to be at the host hotel, because that's where Mike Leventover is going to be, that's where Stephen Davies is going to be, that's where Adam Katz is going to be, that's where the leaders are, and it's nice to be around the heat. So get to the host hotel if you can, okay? But book now, because we do have a block and we'll run out of it, and then you're going to be sad because you're going to have to Uber or take a bus or something.
Which you do that.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. When do the carriers and President's Club and LPT, when do those booths open? When can we start mingling?
Yeah, so on Friday morning, so say if you get there early Friday morning, 10 a.m., registration starts. So as soon as people start coming in at 10 a.m., carriers are open. So you can go check out Bang Bang Leads, you can go talk to LPT, President's Club, all of our carriers. They're gonna have goodies, swag for you. Can you tell me the value of talking to those carriers then?
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people, this is something I've noticed, I'm not talking junk about anybody right now, but like sometimes I feel like people go and they just get the free thing, like Foresters might have a pen or a whatever, and then they get the free thing and they go, thank you, and then they leave, and then they're wearing a helmet inside an event.
That pen does not make you write more business.
It doesn't. It makes you look cool though.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's not the thing. So like, my advice would be to go meet the carriers and like get to know them and build a relationship with them, maybe get a picture with them, text them.
Yeah.
Something, you probably deal with this too, that drives me crazy, and I know that drives our managers crazy, is like, we'll have just gone to an event and then somebody will be like, hey, can I get so-and-so's phone number? And
Anybody got a contact for Foresters?
Like, the dude that we had a drink with for free, what is wrong with you? And so like, it's crazy. And I could tell you so many stories. I'll tell you a personal story. So one time, and this carrier rep doesn't work with us, so I don't think I can get him in trouble anymore. I wrote a policy and it got auto-declined. So sometimes if you're new and you write a policy, it won't get approved because of health. This bad boy got auto-declined, and it was with Phoenix. And so I was tight with the carrier rep. So I called Biff up. I was like, hey man, what the heck, this guy, whatever. And he's like, all right, dude, send this email and I'll take a look. I'm not joking. 15 minutes later, I got an approval email.
Wow.
So, and it was like, it was a big policy. So it was like $1,000 swing. So I'm like fired up out of my mind. And so because I had that relationship, he was able to make something happen. Now, just because you know Bruce or you know Derek at Mutual of Omaha doesn't mean they're gonna like just cook the books for you or make something happen, but you've got a relationship. You never know. You don't know until you ask. But if you don't know them, they're less likely to do a favor for you. And if they don't like you or they don't know, you know what I mean? So that's my like personal story of you should get to know these guys, get their information, and build a relationship before you need that relationship.
And I'll just give a heads up that time, that window of time, say from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m., it's one of your only opportunities to really dive down in depth with the carriers and have those conversations. There's only small windows after that. So the rest of the weekend, you're gonna have time where you can go talk to them, but it's really not as big of an opportunity as it is that morning.
That's a good point. Good point. Another reason to show up early. Yeah. All right. I want to switch to kind of maybe more the structure of the event so our agents can kind of understand exactly what it looks like, what they're getting into, why this is maybe different from a normal Alliance event.
Yeah.
So I know you talked about like Breakout's first main stage. Are we telling people like, hey, this is a main stage event, this is a Breakout event ahead of time so they'll know?
Yeah.
What does that schedule kind of look like?
So we don't typically share the agenda because we never want somebody to think in their head that they don't need to hear somebody, because that's probably the person you do need to hear, because you'd be like, I've heard them talk before, I don't need to hear that. So we don't share the agenda because we don't want you to pick and choose, because we know you need it. But we're going to kind of share the agenda in this booklet that you're going to get, and it's going to walk through. So for example, day one, this is a sample page here, but day one, it'll break through, this is who's on the main stage, right? And then when you flip the page, it's going to say, oh, here's the next 4 speakers. Next, we're gonna move into the breakouts. Somebody is gonna stay on the main stage, and then there's gonna be 3 other conference rooms down the hall that speaker's gonna be in.
So at that point, we give everybody a heads up.
Yeah.
We blow the whistle like too short, and everybody starts making a run.
Yeah, so number 1, you're gonna have it in your hand, so if you're paying attention and preparing ahead of time, you can go ahead and mark them, and you can be like, oh, this is that breakout time, this is where we're going, but we're also gonna flash it up on the screen, so you can be like, ooh, I gotta hurry up and go to Terry's room, because that's where I wanna be.
Okay. So let's say I'm in the main stage, and I wanna go to Terry's room. And I get there, and the room is full of, are there any exceptions? Like, because, I'm Clay Mertes, like, you just slide me in there, something like that?
What were you doing in the 10 minutes that you had to move rooms?
I was chatting.
Well,
I took Bruce at
maybe at the next breakout section, you'll be better prepared to plan out your time better.
Okay. Alternatively, what if I just go show up early and stand outside the room for 15 minutes?
I'm gonna have Patrick Waddell standing outside the door and say, if you're not back in the main room, then you're gonna get X'd out of all breakouts.
Are you telling me no sandbagging?
No sandbagging, no Mercedes. You cannot save seats on the front row, you fanatic. I love you, but I'm not letting you.
You got called out, Mercedes.
Hey, I love how she's aggressive like that. She cares to be on that front row because she knows it's important. But no, I want everybody to have a fair advantage, but it's going to be aggressive. There's only going to be a limited number of seats in each room. They're going to have clickers at the door. And then you're going to say, no, this room is full, sorry, you have to go to the next one. So what I would do is have a backup. So you have your first choice, and then you have your second choice.
I like it. I also thought of another idea. Maybe he could give Patrick like a flag or something and a whistle. And so like,
Flag on
somebody,
play.
flag on play,
Yeah.
somebody,
Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, if you think about this, I don't want to get too like crazy hardcore and really actually make people give me push-ups and stuff. But it is military themed. It is boot camp themed. Do you think that they just walk around and la-di-da let you do what you want at boot camp? No, they don't. This is aggressive. We're trying to change your life, and
Hopefully we do. So no saving seats.
Nope.
Gotta show up. If the breakout I want to be in is full, are we streaming it? Are we recording it? What if I have to see Terry? Like what?
We're recording it. So no, we don't stream events anymore. And here's why, is because sometimes we choose the easy way out and we say, well, I'm just gonna stay home if you're gonna stream it on YouTube. Well, that's not the point, because really the main thing that you get out of these events is the moments that you have outside of those rooms too. The people that you get to meet, the carriers that you get to meet, the camaraderie, dinners with people, that's the true value in our events. So I don't want to live stream it because then you're choosing to not have that value. And it kind of disvalues our events then. So no live streaming, but yes, it'll be recorded. We will share it later.
It's kind of like fireworks, you know? Like, you ever, like, after 4th of July, be on Instagram and people post videos of their fireworks? I don't want to watch your video of fireworks. I want to go watch fireworks, but I don't want to watch a video of fireworks. I want to be there.
You know when you're standing on the beach and you hear the fireworks and you can feel the boom and you can feel the excitement in the air? You don't get that on a video. You don't get that. It's the same example.
Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. When are we gonna like figure out the schedule so that way I can like make my strategy and my plan what I want to see?
10 a.m.
Of the Friday.
We're not going to be sharing breakouts and stuff ahead of time unless I change my mind. But when you get handed this book, go sit down, go plan it out. So get there 10 a.m., noon, whatever, plan it out.
Cool. I like it. I heard a little bit of, well, this is what a rumor, but I heard we're hosting some night owls. Can you tell everybody what a night owl is, who's going to be hosting them, when, so that way they can get their plan right?
Yeah. So if you've ever been to a hotspot, we do the opportunity meeting, then we do training, and then we do a night owl. The purpose of a night owl is for us to have that more intimate, in-depth training. It's like the training after the training, but in a more casual setting, right? You get that one-on-one. I remember going to a night owl, and Stephen Davies was across the table from me. I think we had dinner or something, or maybe we were having drinks. There's only like 10 of us left at this night owl, and I don't remember who he was even speaking to, but he was giving an example of something him and Holly had gone through and how they overcame in their marriage and blah, blah, blah. Do you know like some of the words that he used is how I wrote my wedding vows? Because he went so deep into training, and it wasn't even anything to do with the business, it was life training, and that was very valuable to me. So that's what we do during the night owls. So we're gonna do night owls on Friday and Saturday. Only difference here is not everybody's doing night owls. It's not going to be like, well, I'm on the Lampe team, so I'm going to the Lampe night owl. No. 4 night owls each night, Friday and Saturday. So first night is Brandon and Haley Manley, Andy Riddle and Jason Mathis, Mike and Noel Leventovich, and Andy Albright. So if you want to go see Andy Riddle and Jason Mathis and see how they run their night owl, hop over there. You don't have to go to your team's night owl. Hop over theirs and see kind of how they do it differently so that you can do it differently. And then on night 2, Marvin Osuna is hosting a night out. Stephen Davies, Fitzgerald, Nick Greco, and Mike Guerra are combined. So Marvin Osuna gets like the gold star for recognition during night owls. It's incredible how he does that. So if I know that as a hotspot host, I need to improve on my night owls on the recognition side, I'm going to go see Marvin Osuna.
I'll add one caveat. If your manager is doing a night out, you should go to your manager's
For
night
sure.
out. That would be weird.
Yeah.
So like go to your manager's and then on the different night, go check out somebody else's night out. I also heard a rumor about like a little cocktail social Saturday. Somebody that indulges in an occasional cocktail. What does that look like?
So on Saturday, during the dinner break, we will have heavy hors d'oeuvres, cocktails, all of those things. So you can hang out with everybody, kind of get to know people, maybe get to know some people that aren't on your team, and just have that casual, like, okay, we've almost made it, we've got one more day, let's kind of have a little break and have some cocktails and some fun.
Do we have training after that, or is that the end of the night?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of training after that.
Okay, so it's like a little break.
Little break, finish the night session, and then night owls.
I wouldn't want to be talking after the cocktail hour. Like everyone's going to be kind of, be a good room. That'd be a good room. Cool. So you answered one of my questions. It sounds like there's going to be some heavy hors d'oeuvres Saturday night.
Yep.
Is there any other meals provided?
Nope. No, so we wanted it to be so that you guys could go and hang out with your friends and pick which restaurant you wanted to go to and have a variety. So food court downstairs.
Yeah, it's good. Cinnabon, 6 meals in a row. I want to kind of transition and talk a little bit more about like what we should expect from some of our speakers, and maybe this is a good time to talk about who's speaking and maybe I guess we have so many breakouts that I don't know if you want to go into all that, but who is speaking first of all?
There's 40 of them, so I'm not going to list out all 40 because I would miss somebody, sadly. But a couple of my favorites. So I've had the opportunity to talk to most of the speakers about their topic, and they are all so excited to be able to, something that I've always gotten feedback on over the years, we always do a survey after each event, and something that everybody always says is, man, I really wish that you would train on this, or I wish that you would get more in depth on this, and really almost like a how-to and a like role-playing kind of situations. So that's kind of what this whole thing is built around anyways. So Terry Edwards, Terry sent me a text this morning, let me read about this. I said, fire me up, Terry, tell me what you're gonna be talking about. So Terry and Tia they're doing a breakout. If you dream of building a dynasty without killing your spouse or significant other, get to Tia and Terry's breakout. If you want to learn tactical strategies to win at home and in the marketplace, get to our session. I like this part. If you want to stay in love and not make war. So that's what they're going to be teaching on. So we have so many couples throughout the Alliance, and a lot of times I don't think that it's, maybe as couples, they're not having these intentional conversations about like, well, I'm going to do this and you're going to do this. They just kind of do it until something's not working and it explodes. Well, we got to be successful in business and in our marriage, so who's teaching us on that? So Terry and Tia, they're going to be teaching on that. I think that's really cool. That kind of fits into like more of, I think, this category if you need help with that kind of stuff. And then Marnie Frank, she's going to be hosting a breakout. She is bad to the bone at ride-alongs. So if you don't know what a ride-along is, if you're new, is where a new person gets in the car with an experienced agent and just watches everything that they do, all day, basically, all day. It's really valuable because they get to see it firsthand. So one, she's going to cover why it's important and why she sells doing them to her people. And two, she's going to explain how she does them. So I think that's a really in-depth, important conversation too. Spencer Albright, I mean, if you're going to do CrossFit every single day, you got to be disciplined. If you're going to cut out alcohol to lose X amount of weight, or sometimes he's trying to gain weight and build muscle.
Or crazy.
But it takes discipline on those decisions in life, and the discipline that he has on decisions in his business too. So he's going to be talking about that. It's just that mental toughness. One of my favorites, Diane Lampe. She is going to be talking about just how to be a boss. I can't say those words.
You said B.
Boss lady. She's gonna be a boss lady. She's gonna tell you how she has built her dynasty as a single female for the last X amount of years, and kind of what she's done to pay for her road. So I think I'm gonna go to hers personally. So who else? Man, I don't know. There are so many, and then there's gonna be some main stage conversations happening as well. So I think Mark Aceta is gonna bring back a character. Not bring back. I think this is a new character. So that'll be fun. That'll be happening. Gina Hawks, she's going to be on the main stage. Robbie Kraft on the main stage. Ooh, here's one. This one is going to be really good because I've kind of heard their story before, bits and pieces of it, but James and Angie Coleman.
Yeah.
This is going to be, you know how you got to get the heart too? Like, we're going to get in the weeds and teach you stuff about the actual things you can take back into your business, but you got to get the heart to get people to say, oh wow, I really relate to so-and-so, and that inspired me. This is going to be inspiring. Yep.
Mike and Carrie Williams texted me before. They said we're going to talk about how to sell, recruit, and build, and how to face obstacles. And I said, that's very pertinent to what we're dealing with our lack of light situations. So I said, respect.
Yeah, so theirs is like the obstacle course. So in the military, when you're in training, you are going through this obstacle course, and sometimes you have to use your teammates to overcome the obstacles that are in your way, and they're gonna talk about how they do that. One as a couple, and two just as being team players with your business, how they help other people jump over those obstacles and navigating the obstacle course of life.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So everything we've tried to spin all of the topics into some type of military theme, so you can kind of correlate it with that. How are we doing up there?
I don't know. It's like it gets a little heavier coming on, so that way.
Right.
I think we're good though. We're rocking.
We're rocking.
Yeah, we're rocking. Well, that's good stuff. I'm really excited. especially to hear the diversity of speakers. Like that's going to be so cool.
Yeah.
And to be able to pick who you want to go listen to, you're going to have to scrap a little bit. That's good.
There's I'll add another point is we have done panels now, and you may have seen the panels, but we've done a couple panels on stage the last couple of events, and when we look at the survey feedback, it's just through the roof on how valuable it was. Do you know if we're doing any panels this time?
I reckon I'm gonna be on 2 of them.
I think you are. So we're gonna Clay's gonna be hosting a sales panel, and then I think a recruiting panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the plan is we're gonna just interview some of the top sales and top recruiters in the country, so you can kind of get a window into what their world looks like, ask them some in-depth questions, and I know we did that at the last event. It was awesome, so I'm excited to do it again and to interview them. I personally learned so much, and it's incredible. So yeah, we're gonna line them up. So obviously we've got the event going on, and there's gonna be some incredible content, some incredible speakers, some incredible things to get from it. What would you say are maybe some opportunities that a new agent should take advantage of while they're there? It's their first event. What should be some boxes I should check at the event?
Yeah, so I would get with your manager and find out, like, maybe there's a list that you come up with or some goals that you set. I talked to 10 top managers, or I went up to Terry Edwards and spoke to him and asked him a question about X, right? I just also think just being intentional. So if you've never been to one of our events, they can be long and maybe you get tired. Go drink some extra coffee, be prepared, drink water. You don't want to miss any speaker that's in the room. At the end of the day, when you get home, did you feel like the money that you spent, was it worth the value that you got out of it? And that boils down to, did you intentionally spend all of your time in the right areas? Or did you run up to your hotel room for an hour and take a nap? You know, did you go to bed early and not go to the night owl? Did you, even after the night owl is the after party? You know, did you go hang out and meet friends? Yeah.
It's almost like you're not tired, you didn't do it right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you should be exhausted. Sorry, you should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can sleep when you get home, but only for a little bit because you gotta keep working.
Yeah. And I would encourage to kind of pile on to what T was saying, to meet those people that you look up to, those managers that maybe you've seen on calls or you've seen the results that you respect, and try and steal that time, right? They're going to be there talking to somebody. I would be trying to steal time, trying to get with Jake and Bray, see what they're doing in their business, get with Mike Levitovich, and just ask him the questions. And I would make it substantive.
That's what I was going to say, is like have your questions written out, or at least well thought out before you get there. Because if you, hey Jake and Bray.
I've heard people ask Andy some dumbass questions. Like, what do you like?
Yeah.
What's it like to have a jet? Like, it's awesome. What do you think? Like, it's freaking sweet. Like, could you ask him a high-level CEO question about how to build your business? So, like, I would really come with like those questions that are going to actually advance you, as opposed to maybe call them curiosity questions that are just like, cool. That didn't make you any extra money. Yeah, and to hammer the get people's phone number thing, all President's Club members have like a Popple ID that you can exchange your Popple card with. You could sign up and pay for it on your own, or you can just join President's Club. All our President's Club people will have Popple that you can get their full contact information, and I would hammer you outside of just carriers, getting top managers and local salespeople. If you can meet some of your local people, that kind of gives us more synergy in locations for hotspots and meetings and that sort of thing. Speaking of synergy and energy, can you talk about like maybe appropriate energy, and maybe this is the right way to ask this, like what kind of energy should a new person that's never experienced the Alliance possess?
Well, Clay, when you go to an event, you don't actually know how you're supposed to act. So I don't know if I can tell you, but more so I want you to watch your managers and how they act. So here's my message to the managers, is just a reminder of, they are looking for permission from you on how to act. I remember my first day, my first week here, I was observing all the managers, all the top people, anybody who like looked like they kind of knew what was going on, like you. I paid attention to you. I paid attention to Lucero and Robbie and Chris Hill and Andy, of course, and I'm like, how do they act, and especially at events? Are you in the hallway talking with people? Are you in the room getting what you need to know? So be excited, be on the edge of your seat, smile, laugh. If somebody says something funny, let it out. If somebody is on stage and they're saying something funny, you're like, that's really funny. Do you think anybody in the room felt the energy? It's how we set the culture in these events and how if someone goes home and they're like, gosh, that was really boring, but I got a lot out of it, that's not how we want them to feel. So, new people, I give you permission to be excited. You don't have to wait for the person beside of you to start laughing. If you feel it, just feel it.
Is it appropriate to holler things such as, boom, yeah, that's right, or back the truck up if a speaker is doing a good job?
Yeah. So, if you've ever hosted a hot spot and the energy in the room, you probably can relate to this, was just dead. Did you question what you were saying up there? Like, did it make you feel confident? No, not at all. When Terry Edwards is in the crowd of any show we've ever done, any convention center we've ever been in, I don't care if you suck on stage, he is going to make you feel good. So it gives the speaker confidence, which means they're going to do a better job, because when you feel better, you perform better. And two, it gives the room this feeling too, like, oh, this is good. It's all about body language and how we make people feel based on those things. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to hit you with a Dion quote, but I didn't. All right, cool. I like that. I think like a big thing, like you're responsible for the energy in the room, us as a team.
Yeah.
And if you've never been to one of our events, like you may come in there and it's like you're expecting an insurance people boring and the air is heavy and it's just not exciting. You'll learn quick that is not who we are, and we don't want that, seriously. So don't bring that energy, bring that like hype, that excitement, that energy, because that's what we thrive off of. That's what gets people excited. And believe it or not, if you're excited and your people are excited, your income will go up.
That's
so
true.
I told you, all you gotta do is get a little bit excited. You'll make more money, which is great. That's great news. You know what I mean? Like some people, they gotta like go like, I don't know, if you're in construction, nothing against the construction people, you gotta go like dig more, do more asphalt, or do more to make more money. You could be more excited and make more money, which is sick.
Yeah, if you're in a room and you're being excited, it's like, oh, maybe they do like their jobs and maybe I should try this thing out. But if it's boring, you're gonna be like, well, they all hate it here. We don't want, that's not true. We're fun. We're have fun, make money, make a difference. And the have fun part is first. So yeah, set the room.
Set the room. Bring the juice.
Bring the juice. Do you remember when we went to that Tony Robbins event and they made you stand on your chairs and dance? It was wild.
It was very uncomfortable
Keith
at first.
Hall, it was.
Yeah, she had to like just kind of get into
Just
it.
let it out.
Yeah.
Keith Hall would tell us don't stand on chairs. That's like a
HR violation, especially if it's got wheels.
yeah.
But there will no. I don't think the chairs have wheels. So if you want to stand on a chair, if you want to wave something, also like and back to that Tony Robbins thing, like part of it was that people, when they are like his whole thing is people are excited and you like you change your physiology.
Yeah, you do.
You're able to absorb and learn the information better because you've changed the physiology of your body. So if you're just sitting there like a knot on a log, the likelihood that you absorb it, according to Tony Robbins, is lower.
Yeah. Terry Edwards' group, they get these things and they swing them in the air. Did you see even a view from the edge? They were going wild.
North Carolina.
And they had the most people at events. So must be doing something right.
Must be doing something right. Yeah. So I know you wanted to talk a little bit about kind of like some of the secrets that you might learn at these events. So could you talk about like some of the event secrets, whether it's to their business or maybe like real secrets, like what you're going to talk about?
One, I feel like you always, if you have a piece of paper in front of you and you're being intentional about what's being said on stage, you're going to come away with nuggets and things that you didn't know and learn some stuff. You're like, oh, I didn't know that. So those secrets, you're going to have a paper full of things that you didn't know before. But, so in the marketing department, I like to say that we make the fun, or we help create the fun. There's so many fun people in the company that you guys add into that, but we're the planners. We're the ones who plan the trip, we plan the events, we plan all the extracurricular things. So when we're planning the fun, what were we just talking about?
Secrets.
Secrets. Gosh, I was trying to hide. I gotta pay attention to make sure that I don't actually tell you the secrets now.
That's good.
So I was getting nervous.
If you want to tell them something, I'm not gonna stop you.
I'm gonna tell you a secret that I'm going to tell you a secret at National Bootcamp. So if you're not there, you won't hear my secret. So number one, the secret is going to be, where are we going in 2026? So 2025, we're going to Cabo.
Yeah,
Right?
That's not a secret.
We're going to Cabo, that's not a secret. But at National Bootcamp, we will tell you where are we going in 2026.
Oh,
Super
really?
exciting.
That
Yeah.
seems early. I feel like we normally do
It
that.
is early. We usually wait till December, like a Christmas present. And I was like, tell them now.
I like it.
I know. Yeah, I gotta shut up because I'm so
She
excited.
almost said it. I felt it on. Yep. All right.
Number two secret is I'm gonna tell you where National Convention is going to be hosted this year.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be the next event.
Like we know when it is, but yeah,
Yeah, that would be good.
that's it.
Okay,
Two
so those are the
secrets.
only two secrets. And we're not gonna keep talking about secrets because I'm liable to say something.
know.
Because I like it when you guys don't tell me because then I won't screw it up.
Right.
But this time I know, which I hate, because then I'm like,
People are
I'll
gonna
screw
start
it up.
texting you now.
Yeah, I'll screw it up. You can get it. I just telling everybody, you get a couple drinks with me. I got a secret out in a second. I'm just joking. That's how you get free drinks. All right. That's a pro tip right there. All right. Another secret of the event is the actual, and maybe it's not a secret, but like the actual impact of the event. So can you talk about like the monetary impact of the event for people?
Yeah, so we always run reports afterwards, after events on did we grow? Did our managers, like we'll run it manager by manager, did they grow and put more money in their pocket? And the answer is always yes. It is very rare that you see somebody go backwards. I don't even know if that even happens. But yeah, you're gonna have more money in your pocket the next 90 days after the event because you took what you learned at this event and you applied it to your business, and then boom, to the moon.
To the moon. And I'll tell you, as somebody that gets to see like the total company numbers,
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason we do 4 events a year, is after an event, our numbers go like this, they jump. And then, people lose a little bit of excitement, so we go like this, and then we have another event, and they jump. And so if you're consistently getting people to the events, your graph and your group is gonna look like that, continuing to go up.
Yeah.
But it's quite literally an immediate impact. Our app count, our number of sales is through the roof after an event. And really, nothing changed, right? It's not like the leads got better. It's not like we changed insurance companies. It's quite literally the excitement of our agents going out, wanting to achieve their dreams, their goals, make it happen from the event. And so, the corollary to that is if you can get more people to the event, it means the excitement is going to grow even more, meaning the money is going to grow even more. The number of sales, the number of people you've helped, the number of families protected is going to grow as well.
Yeah.
So just massive reasons to want to get people there. You mentioned that, obviously we're not announcing locations, but we're talking dates for 2025 as well. We're going to announce those, or we already know those?
We already know those, yeah. So we just to kind of a little teaser is we have already planned out the next 4 events. So all of 2025, the dates are already on theallianceevents.com. So go ahead and block out your calendar so you know when all 4 of those events are happening. And then we've planned out the trips. We've planned out, and we're currently working on what contest are we running next year. How are we going to incentivize you guys? So all of the dates are planned, and then all of the themes and the intention behind all of our events, so that we can say, okay, in the fall, this is what we're doing, and
Yeah, no excuse to plan a wedding during our event or
Right.
whatever else. We got to post it, and you can see it on theallianceevents.com. Speaking of the Alliance events, I was before this call kind of piddling around. Y'all have a lot of good content. Essentially, everything we've talked about today is there. Yeah.
basically, yeah, we like to put the agenda up there, and it's just a rough agenda, an outline, when to arrive, when lunch break should be, etc., so that you can plan better. All the speakers are listed on there. Now, this time we didn't list all 40, we listed our top 10 are on there. Where the hotel is, flight information, dress code information, it's all right there, and we usually try to put 90% of the information that you need on there before you even start buying tickets for the event.
Yeah, tracks. So, I guess if somebody's watching and they're going, man, I don't have my ticket, I hate it. I hate that I missed the boat. Is it too late?
No, we're not sold out yet.
Yet. What should somebody do? Like, what's the?
I would just go to theallianceevents.com. That first bubble is going to be National Bootcamp. Click on it, buy a ticket.
Get a ticket today.
Get a ticket today.
And there's a chance your manager has a ticket. So
Yep.
like usually at the events, and this is another, I'm gonna give away a secret. We'll give advanced pricing. So if your manager might have bought an extra ticket for you
Yep.
that you're not aware of yet, so I'd call my manager first. I'd say, hey, Bo, do you got a ticket? Say Bo too, because that'll get them in the right mindset. And say, hey, Bo, you got a ticket? And they'll say yes or they'll say no. If they say no, don't go shoot and not do anything.
Right.
Get your butt on theallianceevents.com and just get a ticket. The time is now. We will sell them out. So you're going to miss the boat, and you're going to miss all the incredible speakers. You're going to miss Terry and T. You're going to miss Mike and Noel episodes. You're going to miss Stephen. You're going to miss Marnie talking about a ride along. You're just going to miss out on what's happening. And you get bonus points for coming to our events for our trip to Cabo.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You're going to miss the association. You might miss that one contact, that one carrier rep that could have saved you money. Like if you look at that straight up from the amount of money I made on that one policy to the cost of the event,
Right.
I paid off the event with that
Just
one
that.
daggone policy because that carrier rep helped me. So like the impact of coming to the events is so much greater than you can realize or really maybe have a direct, tangible benefit and write out like it cost me this much to come and I made this much immediately. You'll definitely make more money, but there's going to be a ton of intangible benefits that you're going to get from this event. You're going to fix your mindset, you're going to get your sales better, your recruiting better, all that. Is there anything you want to close with or leave people with, Tia, before we get back to the rest of our day?
We are going to do like a graduation ceremony at the very end of it, just to kind of put the stamp on it and seal it up so you can take it home and then unbottle it. But yeah, I've been a part of planning these events for a long time, and I'm really excited about this differently than I've been excited about other events because it's so different. I feel like it's what you guys asked for as far as getting in the weeds and really learning how to about stuff, and I know that our speaker is going to drive it home and give you things so you can say, this is my instruction manual, take it home, imply it, and then increase your sales and grow your business. So I'm excited. I hope you guys like it. I hope you're intentional about it. Yeah, fired up about it.
Yeah, this is your call to action. This is your call to action to get one more butt in a seat, knowing the impact it's going to have. If you've got a ticket, you need to get your plane ticket and your hotel and get a babysitter or a dog sitter or whatever else figured out. The time is to do that now. Stop messing around. Get a ticket, get a flight, get a hotel, and watch your income explode at National Bootcamp. Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Clay Mertes. That was Tia Land. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Have an awesome week.